Salutations, all. Y'all know what time it is, unfortunately. It is currently 9:43 p.m. and I was sitting here thinking about, content creation and stuff, right? Cuz I haven't really been uploading that much. I've been streaming kind of, but I was thinking about it and like if I really want to take content creation seriously, I need to be honest with y'all pretty much, you know what I'm saying? I need to come to terms with a few things and I've been thinking about it for a while, and I think I'm ready to share it with you guys now. I I like Imagine Dragons, and I've liked them for a while. And I know this may be a shock to some. Some already knew, but I I like I enjoy Imagine Dragons songs. Now there's some nuance here because like if you only like a few of someone's songs, are you really a fan? You know what I'm saying? I don't like hate them. Like even if I didn't like these songs, I wouldn't like hate them. But there's like there's like certain like characters I have in my head and like these certain Imagine Dragons songs like kind of fit like a trailer I would have for them, you know? And it's only like the same rotation of like four songs, like Natural, Believer, Eyes Closed, and Enemy. You know, when I watched Arcane, I never skipped the intro because why would I? Every time it came on, it had me like. So like I feel like it'd be a disservice if I were to skip the intro because I'm a fan of that song. I have some people that only like Jit's part and like yeah, Jit's part is good, but so is the rest of the song. So and along with a few other things that I would like to share with y'all, I am a fan of Ivzy Pop. Yep. I like Has Been Hotel. I like Hell of a Boss. Her other projects that she's gonna make, I'm probably gonna watch. Like I get it's not the most, agreed upon project out there, but I am a fan, you know? Vox is my favorite character, if you were curious. Losing Streak is probably my favorite song from the whole thing. They have a lot of good songs, but Losing Streak is pretty high up there for me. Um, if I had to pick between Hasman or Helluva though, I'd probably pick. I mean, Hasman just has more going for it, but like Helluva Boss is like, it season 3 is looking to be pretty good. I'm excited to see what Stolas does because he's just a dude now. Like he ain't got his powers. Um, yeah, I'm just a big fan of indie animation in general, like Digital Circus. A lot of people said it looks weird. Seems like it would be for kids, and I guess, but I'm a grown man. I live alone by myself, and I can say clearly with a clear conscience that I did enjoy Digital Circus. I'm a big fan of glitch shows, all the shows. I'm putting all my stocks into Gaslight District. Hope that does well. Along with Knights of Genevieve. I I think I pronounced that right. And Game Overs. I hope those shows do well as well. Um, yeah, man. I I think Tedo is better than Miku, cause like honestly, man, I'm kind of new into Vocaloid. I haven't been in the sphere for too long. Um, I've been like around it technically, cause I have friends into it. My sister likes Miku, but like I didn't really only get into it until like last year or something. But yeah, Tedo is I enjoy Tedo content more than Miku content. And I feel like it took me a while to find out why I think that way, but I think it primarily comes down to the fact that Miku's fucking everywhere. She gets everything. Like she's a prime proper idol. You know what I'm saying? And to me, Tedo is more humble. She she's representative to me of like kind of the common man, cuz think about it. Miku's the only one that gets into things via collaborations. She's in Crossworlds. She's in fucking Persona. She Miku gets everything. And Teto, she just gets her baguette and then just does her own thing. She she just her music is kind of better, kind of. Well, I mean, I can't even really say that because I don't even be listening to Miku's songs. I mostly listen to like Teto songs, but she's just better, man. And it's not like I hate Miku. I don't hate Miku. I'm just saying I prefer Teto. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of idols, another thing that I would like to share with y'all. Huge fan of VTubers. I'm a big enjoyer of VTubers. Yep. Hololive, some indie ones. I watch most of it, not all of it. Because if I said I watch all VTubers, I'd be lying. Because I just don't. Raora is probably my favorite in Hololive at the moment. Big Chatini here. That's me. Um, I think Louis makes the best music in Hololive because I know their whole thing is like they're idols, but like I think this is also kind of in part why I don't really like Miku that much over Teto in terms of like music, because Miku does more like idol stuff, and most of Hololive does idol stuff, and like to my ears, idol music is it's just not my cup of tea. But Louis, she makes some. Sorry, that was my armrest. But Louis makes good music. To it, my ear holes enjoy the music that Louis creates. But in terms of overall, I just enjoy watching VTubers. They're fun, they're cool, and there is the common thing of, well, you don't know who's behind it, or they're only doing this for this, that, or the other, and it's like, who cares? To me, it's kind of the same as like wrestling, kind of like luchadors. You know what I mean? I well, I care about the well-being of the person behind it, but I don't care to find out who they are. I kind of don't want to know who they are behind the avatar, because it's like Rey Mysterio was my favorite wrestler growing up, right? I don't want to know who Oscar is. I I'm a fan of Rey Mysterio. I hope Oscar does well. I hope everything goes good for him. But I'm a fan of Rey Mysterio. I'm sure Oscar's a great guy. I'll be a fan of Oscar if it means that I'm still a fan of Rey Mysterio. But you know what I'm saying? Like I don't need to get rid of the kayfabe. You know what I mean? So yeah, VTubers are cool. I'd like to try it one day. I think that'd be cool. I'm trying to figure out what my like um I guess avatar would be though. They need to have a robe. That's non-negotiable. They need to have a robe. But I'm kind of stuck between, and it's so crazy because for the longest time it was gonna be a scorpion character because I think scorpions are pretty cool looking. But just earlier today, actually, I was thinking, what's another pretty cool animal that's kind of funny? I think a peacock. I think a peacock would be kind of cool. Have you heard what peacocks sound like? They're pretty funny, and I feel like it's such a 180 from how like graceful and elegant they look. Cause like I don't know how you pull up to the block looking like that, sounding like that. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it kind of makes sense. Because like I can't really imagine a peacock making any other noise that isn't that, but it's still pretty funny. So I think I would enjoy like a peacock OC. Cause like I feel like, not to toot my own horn, but honk honk. I kind of got drip. I kind of got some outfits. You know, got some got some good shoes, and I can make some good outfits. And the public consensus of my humor is that people don't mind when I'm speaking. You know, so to me, that kind of coincides with the whole like peacock thing. Cause like, oh yeah, you look cool. Not to I humbly say about myself, you look cool sometimes, but then you're also, you don't really match your aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think a peacock would be more aligning, but I think a scorpion just sounds cooler. Cause like I was thinking about it, if you had to choose between a tail or like wings, right? I would probably pick wings, cause like I like a lot of winged characters in media. Some about winged characters, like a lot of like angelic characters I like. But I think a scorpion tail would be pretty cool. It would be really unfortunate to work around because like those things, I guess in proportion to a human they would be bigger than the human body, right? Cuz tails are, well, they're about the same size on a normal scorpion. But like, could you imagine if I had a tail the size of me, like just like, I think it'd be cool. It'd kind of be impractical, but it would look nice. Now, a monkey tail would be the most practical, but I would just like a scorpion tail if I were to have a tail. But like I said, I'm team wings, honestly. Um, it is now 10:02, so I'm probably gonna shut down the battle station now, and yeah, um, a good night to all, and to all a good night.